Welcome back, football fans. Today we're diving deep into the story of a player who's quietly carving out a legacy in the heart of midfield. A talent who's been compared to legends like Sergio Busquets and Xabi Alonso, yet remains fiercely loyal to his roots. His name? Martín Zubimendi. If you don't know him yet, trust me, you will. Grab a seat because we're about to explore the journey of this Spanish sensation, from the streets of San Sebastian to the grand stage of international football. Let's kick things off. Martín Zubimendi Ibáñez was born on February 2nd, 1999, in San Sebastian, a picturesque coastal city in Spain's Basque country. Known for its stunning beaches and vibrant culture, San Sebastian, or Donostia as it's called in Basque, is also a footballing hotbed. It's home to Real Sociedad, one of La Liga's most storied clubs, and the place where Zubimendi's dream took root. From the moment he could kick a ball, football wasn't just a game for Martin, it was a way of life. Like so many greats before him, Zubimendi's story begins in the youth ranks. At the tender age of 7, he joined Antiguoco, a local club famous for producing talent. If that name sounds familiar, it's because Antiguoco also nurtured stars like Xabi Alonso and Mikel Arteta. Between 2006 and 2013, Zubimendi honed his skills there, competing in tournaments like the Donosti Cup, a prestigious youth competition in the region. Even back then, coaches noticed something special: a kid with an uncanny ability to read the game, control the tempo, and stay calm under pressure. But in 2011, at just 12 years old, his life changed forever. Real Sociedad, the pride of San Sebastian, came calling. For a local boy, this was the ultimate dream. Joining La Real's youth academy, known as Zubieta, was like stepping into a footballing cathedral. This wasn't just any academy. It's a system renowned for producing technically gifted, tactically astute players. Zubimendi fit right in. Over the next few years, he climbed the ranks, developing the skills that would one day make him a household name. Now, let's fast forward to August 27th, 2016. Zubimendi, just 17 years old, steps onto the pitch for his senior debut with Real Sociedad C, the club's third team, in a Tercera Division match against Durango. It's a 0-0 draw, and he only plays the final 7 minutes, but it's a milestone. His first taste of senior football. For a teenager, this was a sign of things to come. He was raw, sure, but that composure, that trademark cool-headedness, was already starting to shine through. The next few years were all about growth. In 2018, Zubimendi signed a contract extension with Real Sociedad until 2022 and was promoted to the B team in Segunda Division B, Spain's third tier. This was a big step up, more physicality, more intensity, but Martín thrived. He was becoming a leader on the pitch, dictating play from deep, breaking up opposition moves, and setting the tone for his teammates. Coaches couldn't ignore his potential any longer. Then, on April 28, 2019, the moment arrived. Picture this. Real Sociedad are at home against Getafe in La Liga. The stadium's buzzing, the crowd's alive, and with the game in the dying minutes, manager Imanol Alguacil throws on a 20-year-old substitute. Martín Zubimendi steps onto the hallowed turf of the Anoeta Stadium, now called the Reale Arena, for his first team debut. It's only a cameo, replacing Ruben Pardo in a 2-1 win, but for Zubimendi, it's everything. Years of hard work, dreaming of this exact moment, and now he's a La Liga player. But here's where the story gets really interesting. The 2019-20 season was a turning point, not just for Zubimendi, but for football as a whole. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, La Liga ground to a halt. The Segunda B season was canceled, and Real Sociedad's first team needed reinforcements for the restart. Injuries to key midfielders like Ander Guevara and Asier Ilaramendi opened the door, and Zubimendi stepped through it. That summer, with 5 substitutions allowed per match, he became a regular. He played in 9 of the final matches, starting 6, and helped La Real finish 6th, securing a spot in the Europa League. Not bad for a 21-year-old breaking through, right? On July 24th, 2020, his reward came. A new contract until 2025 and a permanent spot in the first team. The kid from San Sebastian was now a cornerstone of Real Sociedad's future. But what makes Zubimendi so special? Let's break it down. If you've watched him play, you know Martín Zubimendi isn't your typical midfielder. He's not flashy. He's not out there scoring screamers every week or racking up highlight reel assists. No, his brilliance lies in the subtle stuff, the things that don't always make the YouTube compilations, but win games. Playing as a defensive midfielder, a pivot as they call it in Spain. He's the heartbeat of the team. He's the guy who keeps everything ticking. Analysts love comparing him to Sergio Busquets, and it's easy to see why. Like Busquets, Zubimendi has this almost supernatural ability to stay calm under pressure. Press him and he'll wriggle out with a clever turn or a perfectly weighted pass. His vision is exceptional. He sees passes others don't, and his decision-making is razor-sharp. He's not just reacting to the game, he's controlling it, slowing it down when his team needs a breather, or speeding it up to catch the opposition off guard. But it's not just Busquets he echoes, there's a bit of Xabi Alonso in there too, another San Sebastian native. Like Alonso, Zubimendi can ping a long ball with pinpoint accuracy, switching play to open up the field. And then there's his ball retention. In tight spaces with defenders swarming, he rarely loses possession. It's like the ball's glued to his foot. Add in his knack for intercepting passes and breaking up attacks, and you've got a complete midfielder. Technical skill, tactical intelligence, and a cool head. Zubimendi's got it all. Let's talk milestones. On February 24th, 2022, Zubimendi etched his name into Real Sociedad lore. It's the Europa League knockout round playoffs, and La Real are facing RB Leipzig at home. The tie's on a knife edge, and in the 57th minute, Zubimendi steps up. He latches onto a loose ball and fires it into the net, his first goal in European competition. Sure, Sociedad lose 3-1 that night and crash out, but for Martín, it's a breakthrough, a sign he's ready for the big stage. A month later, on March 13th, he does it again, this time in La Liga. Against Alaves, he scores the only goal in a 1-0 win, his first league goal, and it's a match winner. That season, he's proving he's more than just a holding midfielder. He can contribute offensively too. In October 2022, Real Sociedad reward his progress with another contract extension, tying him down until 2027. The message is clear, this guy's not going anywhere. Then comes September 20th, 2023. The Champions League anthem rings out at the Reale Arena. Real Sociedad are back in Europe's elite competition for the first time in a decade, facing Inter Milan. Zubimendi, now 24, starts in midfield. It's a baptism of fire against one of the world's best teams, but he holds his own in a 1-1 draw. For a player who grew up dreaming of nights like this, it's a full circle moment. Now, let's shift gears to the international stage. Zubimendi's journey with Spain is just as fascinating. Back in 2017, he's pulling on the red shirt for the under-19s, playing in a friendly against Portugal. It's a 2-1 loss, but he's learning, growing. Fast forward to June 8, 2021, and chaos strikes the senior team. Sergio Busquets tests positive for COVID-19, forcing the entire squad into isolation. Spain's solution? Call up the under-21s for a friendly against Lithuania. Zubimendi, then 22, makes his senior debut, and Spain win 4-0. It's an unconventional start, but it's a debut nonetheless. On June 7th, 2024, his biggest moment arrives. Spain named their 26-man squad for UEFA Euro 2024, and Martín Zubimendi is on the list. This is no fluke. He's earned it. By this point, he's a key figure for Real Sociedad, and his performances have caught the eye of national team boss Luis de la Fuente. At the tournament, he's not a starter. Spain's midfield is stacked with talents like Rodri and Pedri, but he's there, soaking it all in. Spain go on to win the Euros, beating England in the final. Zubimendi doesn't play a ton of minutes, but he's part of the squad that lifts the trophy. A European champion at 25 inches? So, what's next for Martín Zubimendi? That's the million-dollar question. Or, in his case, the 60 million euro question, because that's his reported release clause at Real Sociedad. In the summer of 2024, the rumor mill went into overdrive. Liverpool, desperate for a new number, 6, after losing Jordan Henderson and Fabinho, came knocking. Reports swirled that a deal was close. Zubimendi to Anfield, a perfect fit for Arne Slot's system. Arsenal were in the mix too, eyeing him as a partner for Declan Rice. Even Manchester United and Bayern Munich were linked. But here's the twist. Zubimendi said no. In a world where players jump at the chance to join the Premier League's elite, he chose loyalty. He stayed with Real Sociedad, the club that raised him, the city he calls home. In a statement, he said, "I want to keep growing here. This is where I feel I belong." It's rare to see that kind of commitment in modern football, and it's won him even more fans, though some Liverpool supporters are still nursing broken hearts. As of March 24th, 2025, that's today, folks, Zubimendi is 26 years old and in his prime. This season, he's been as consistent as ever for Real Sociedad. He's already got a goal and an assist in La Liga, anchoring a midfield that's pushing for another European spot. His stats don't leap off the page. He's not a numbers guy. But watch him play, and you'll see his impact. Every pass, every interception, every subtle shift in position, it's all part of the masterclass. So, where does he go from here? The sky's the limit. If he keeps developing, he could become Spain's next great pivot, stepping into the void left by Busquets. At club level, he might one day lift a trophy with Real Sociedad, maybe even the Copa del Rey, which they last won in 2020. Or who knows, maybe he'll eventually test himself in a bigger league. For now though, he's content to be the king of San Sebastian. Martín Zubimendi's story isn't just about football. It's about identity. It's about a kid who grew up idolizing his hometown club, worked his way through the ranks, and now wears the armband for them on occasion. It's about staying true to yourself in an era of mega transfers and global stardom. He's not the loudest guy on the pitch, but he doesn't need to be. His game does the talking. So next time you're watching Real Sociedad or Spain, keep an eye on number 4. That's Martín Zubimendi, the quiet maestro, the midfield metronome, the future of Spanish football. What do you think? Will he stay with La Real forever, or will he take on a new challenge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives like this. Thanks for watching, folks. Until next time, stay passionate about the beautiful game. See you soon.